L'engagement, la vitesse, la hauteur. Oh, incroyable!
This is what we come to the FISE for. This energy is found nowhere else in the world. The best crowd, the best energy. Montpellier, the FISE is back. He'll give you something with high energy, Keegan.
What's up, FISE family, and welcome back to the FISE World Series, the first stop here in Montpellier. And I would like to invite you to a celebration of urban sports, a celebration of BMX Freestyle, a celebration of eternal youth, but most especially a celebration of the legacy of the legend, Pat Casey. Now, Pat, he was a FISE regular, taking the stage here many times and impressing us with his moves and stealing our hearts with his smile. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pat Casey Memorial, the Spine Ramp Pro Men's Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Egon, and I'm being joined here today by the patron saint of inner tubes, Allen keys, and socket wrenches. Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Oram.
What's up, everybody? Such a blessing to be here, and just thankful for the opportunity, and cannot wait to see what goes down tonight in the Pat Casey Spine Ramp.
Absolutely. Yesterday, we just actually had the qualifications for this event, but only the 16 best riders made it into these finals. Now, Dustin, you were there as well yesterday. What can you tell us about what happened on stage?
It was insanity out there the whole time, but it was such a special moment with everything with Mark Webb coming out and just him getting on the microphone, getting the crowd stoked, and then Catfish backing him up, and the music, the atmosphere, it was unreal. And then that's all the build-up, and then the riding happened, and it was wild.
And
so
now let's take a look. Now, this is not an official UCI event. This is something different. This is a BMX Freestyle event, so we're going to have 4 heats of 4 riders, 2 runs each of 50 seconds, and of course, just like in the World Cup, it's the best run that counts in the final.
yeah, and that lets the riders just be able to go crazy because it's only the one run that counts. And so they're able to put it all on the line, try to make it happen, which makes it for a very exciting event.
I mean, if they were inspired by Marcus just like earlier this afternoon, like the first run might be enough. So talking spine ramps, we're going to be looking at different criteria.
Yep, you're seeing some of those go through the screen, but you're going to see a lot of difference between flow, getting technical, high-paced, and so being able to execute the tricks to perfection while having to adjust quickly. And so the judges are going to be looking at that, as well as you see the ramp. It has a lot of diversity on it with the extensions, the step back, sub-box option, using the rollers, and so just how they end up using the entire spine ramp is going to come into play.
I think a lot of mid-school riders are going to love the sub-box action that might go on.
Eric was getting down on it, so we know we're going to see some fun stuff tonight.
And we have a nice mix of riders. I mean, looking at the list, we have, well, first of all, riders from all around the world, but also very different styles looking at it.
Yeah, with some legit judges as they're going through the judges right now, and they know what they're looking at, and all legends in their own right, and how they've ridden bikes through the years as well.
Probably more than 100 years of BMX experience on that deck, on the judging table, but it's going to be quite a task to judge these riders.
Awesome, so we're just looking at some of the highlights and building the stoke as the atmosphere is getting set right now. Again, you saw the overshots, the lights are going to be around, the crowd is gathering, and you see the riders getting themselves all lined up, getting ready, getting themselves stoked. And what's cool, even right there, you see fist bumps. These riders are getting behind each other, especially on this one, especially doing it for Pat Casey. They're going to be going in.
And the VIP of today, Mark Webb, for his last dance here at FISE Montpellier.
Welcome back to the south of France, one of the most anticipated contests of the year. You see the fans behind me. Easily the best BMX crowd in the history of BMX. Let's meet our finalists for mini ramp. Make some noise, Montpellier! Representing Australia and Hyperbikes, this is Keegan Phillips.
The number 6 from last year.
Keegan Pryor. There's a Phillip later on, so a little mix up, but he's got it dialed in. Keegan Pryor is going to be on it.
Volmenov.
Just saw him warming up for best trick tomorrow as well. And
a familiar face
dude goes
here
wild.
in the finals, year in and year out. Representing the UK.
There we go, doing it for Pat.
Jack Clark.
The number 5 from last year with his flair double pack.
This man blew us all away last year, walking away with best trick. Representing Colombia.
That best trick was the front flip bar spin.
Yeah.
Over the spine.
He was going in.
Representing Team GB, one of the most inspirational riders in the game. Riding for hyper bicycles. This is Jude Jones.
Jude having some fun with the camera, and Jude also has an insane bag of tricks, so very excited to see what he throws down.
One of the most legendary bicycle riders of all time. One of the most legendary riders at the FISE. Representing the UK. This is Mark Webb.
FISE regular for years, and now he's back after a bit of a pause, and he's gonna impress us with his technical moves.
First time at the FISE. First time in the finals. 18-year-old powerhouse from Germany. This is Philip Mute.
German built like a tank.
A familiar face here at the FISE. Every year he gets better. I know you can make some noise. Representing France, Ismail Kaye.
FISE regular. And so, fun fact, it's the Champions League of soccer this evening. They're actually playing the Champions League anthem right now.
The #1 Canadian BMX rider, representing Rally Beer Co., Maxime Chalamore.
Let's go, and Max just gets everything so extended. Watch his tuck no handers, just full extension and so quick, so many combos.
That's how he got the national championship in Canada.
I call this guy Yao Machina. Make some noise, varsity, Louis Biskin.
Excited to see what he brings to the table.
One of the top competitors in BMX, the #1 BMX rider ever from Croatia. This is Marin Rantesh.
For all the Croatian people watching, ajde Marin.
Combo
It's
machine.
been a minute since we've seen this Russian technician, but we are back. Make some noise for Kostya Andreev.
Let's go. So stoked to see him back here. When saw him roll around the corner, like, what? Let's go.
Absolute
The Russian riders are
beast
something
of a
else on this
bicycle
fine
rider.
ramp.
He's been destroying this ramp for the last 3 days. Representing Hyper Bike Co. and Australia Cycling, Alec Dana-Lute.
Yeah. Blint blasting so high, massive flare down whips
This guy
that are
and
just
his
on
smile.
point.
We're stoked to have him back in the FISE and an absolute mini
Soon
ramp
being provided by
technician.
the Paris
This is
Group
Edith
Society.
Rezaev.
Eric always smiling, always has the biggest smile, having so much fun, and has crazy ways that he's been starting his runs off as well.
Brazil, an Olympian and an absolute technician. This is Gustavo Balaluca.
Gustavo, the flow master, and he's got a couple treats in store for us right here.
Qualifier, one of the most innovative BMX riders in the park scene today. Riding for Team USA. Make some noise for Justin Dowell.
And he was just dropping
We're here
hammers
to
back
party.
to back to back
Montpellier,
in
are
qualifying.
you ready to
He's the
party?
only rider from UCI World Cup that
The
was
best
participating
ride
in both the
BMX.
World Cup today and this event as well, which makes it even more impressive. And he has a lot of technical tricks up his sleeve.
On right there, you heard the crowd. They are getting behind these riders. Again, here's a quick run through of the start list. Goes to hop whip to foot jam.
And we haven't even started it yet.
Yeah. Crazy. Just so special. Mark kind of announcing this is his last dance out here, last time coming out, and just seeing the crowd support, the FISE support. Like I was saying, it was a special moment to witness that last night and know that it's only going to be bigger tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he got the mic in hand and he said it's been a while since he rode his bike. And it was a bit rusty, but still he put down a smashing run to get him into this final.
Yeah, he was saying he feels out of shape physically, but in shape mentally, and so that's a good thing, and ready to have some fun out here.
And that's how he keeps pushing his body into all the flare trick combinations.
Oh, look at that setup. It's hard to even put it into words. It's definitely one of those things, if you have never been to the spine competition, you have to come out here. You have to come out and be a part of it and experience this. And it's just so cool that now it is the Pat Casey spine ramp competition. And shout out to the Casey family, Chase, Reed, Tatum. So awesome.
I mean, there's something special to these spine ramp contests. I mean, back in the day, you had the Brown Cruiser contest in Germany, BMX Worlds. But the most legendary one, that's this one, the FISE World Series spine ramp contest, with all the people just having a bit of a party while the riders are pulling the world's first tricks. First up, from Australia, it's going to be Keegan Pryor.
All right, here we go. Keegan is in, starting this off for us. Look at that, using that extension on the vert wall over the roller. Tail whip, extension into the quarter. Here we go, coming out of the extension into the table. Okay, truck driver over the spine, straight into 540 flare. Keegan, let's go, dude. And he's in the groove. Big bar spin right there, straight into 360 tail whip to bar spin. Yes, Keegan, keep it going. Oppo flare right there. Ah, trying to hang on to it. Just getting kicked off the bike. Let's see if he keeps it going. He's going to call it right there again. It's best run counts. Knows things got a little squirrely. You're going to regroup, come back out, run number 2.
This young man has been putting in work back home, let that clock wind down. We got 4 groups of 4 riders.
So that was the first 50-second run by Keegan Pryor. Here we have that 360 bar spin, or a truck driver as we call it, pumping straight into that 540 flare. So the flip rotation combined with the 540 rotation, so on 2 different axes that you're spinning.
360 tail whip to bar spin. That one landing a little low. So as you're watching at home, they are trying to land as close to the coping, which is the top of the quarter pipe, as they can. And that's something that the judges are going to be looking for. And that also keeps their flow going. As they land at the top, they generate more speed. But you see Keegan, oh, he's just pumping as hard as he can to keep that flow, to keep his height. And here we go. We're going to go to our next rider.
So from all the way down under, we're going all the way up north to Russia. From St. Petersburg, Nikita Fominov. DJ going all in. Now it's Nikita's turn as well. Nice stretched no-hander, 360 no-hander. Getting all that height, converting it to speed, and boom! That's a flip whip, whipping that frame around while upside down. Double tail whip. Halfway his first run for Nikita Fominov. No-hander. 360, I think it was a triple bar spin?
He was throwing so fast, I'm trying to keep count of them. Flare bar spin right there. Keep it going, Nikita. Yo, going off the extension. 360 downside tail whip. Wall ride coming back at the spine. Flare tail whip. Locking onto that bike and keeping it rolling, and that is gonna be time for Nikita. Let's go. He's like, I got more. Well, he's got another run, so I'm excited to see what he's got. But I would say that was pretty dialed right there.
Yeah, and that truck driver, I guess it was a triple. We'll have to see in the slow-mo.
Yeah, see if we get a better look at it.
Take a look at that. Nice stretched hands and that 360 no-hander. The further you stretch them, the better they're scored.
Been coming to the FISE for over 10 years.
And boom, double tail whip. And that is a big spine to clear. 1, 2, 3, wow. Nimble fingers.
Yeah, you counted it right. You were on it.
I'm not even wearing my glasses. Ooh. First rider breaking the 80-point barrier. With the next guy, part-time British, part-time Chinese, it's Jack Clark, the number 5 from last year.
Yes, very exciting. You see that Pat Casey sticker on the back of his helmet. Jack is ready to go. Getting in the mix. Yo, 360 bar spin to tabletop. Clicking that tabletop as well. Big downside from the extension. 3 tuck no hander right there, a little fast plant. Yo, 360 double bar spin into a very steezy flare, Jack Clark style. Yo! Whoa.
Foot jamming the wall?
Yeah. Keep it going, Jack.
Come on. Put on a show.
Yeah.
Wicked, wicked. Jack Clark is massive. Double tag the dubs. Whoa!
Yo!
180 downside whip the spine.
Shout out to his homie Pat Casey.
Wow, Jack.
And it's these kind of tricks that the riders use to commemorate Pat.
Yep, that's it exactly. Pat was known for getting wild with the fakey tricks. Jack said he's coming back, round number 2. Yo, there's that truck driver to tabletop.
Getting it nice
folding
and flat.
it.
Fast plant.
With that Jack Clark steez right here. Oh, okay, this is him setting up. So using the vert wall as a sub box, double pegging, getting himself set for that downside 180. Oh, it looked like he had locked in, but just a little squirrely and getting ejected off the back. But like he said, he's coming back run number 2. Gonna handle business. Let's go, Jack.
And now, the Colombian Heat. Our best trick winner from last year with the front flip bar spin, Juan Caicedo.
Definitely one of the crowd favorites, and it's cool just the Colombian crew that's here in town that's getting behind him, as well as everyone right here in France. So very excited. Let's go.
Let's see what he has up his sleeve. Nice and easy over the spine, getting that height. 360 tail whip to bar spin air. Setting up for his next tricks, double bar spin.
Yo!
Triple tail whip,
Yes.
straight into that flare.
Juan is on it!
Yeah. Front flip, that's fine. And as the MC Thomas Lewan said, he is on fire.
Yeah. Truck driver blasting the setup there. What's he got for us? Truck driver coming around again. Flare tail. Yes. Flare tail whip. Locking in. What? On the roller, front flipping it. Yes, Juan.
I mean, like, some of these riders can't even do a front flip, and he does it off the roller.
Look at that stoke.
Also, a quick little shout out. So this year, we had a bit of a change up for the French MCs. So last year, we had Pierre Wilhelm on the course for the World Cups and Thomas Desbaptiste, TDB, for the spine ramp. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. But Steve Macro did a great job at the World Cup. And here on stage, we have Thomas Lemoine.
Y'all fed him that energy. He ate it right up.
Yeah, him and Catfish have been rocking it this entire week. But right here, let's check out some of these replays, slow motion right there, blasting the bar spin. That spine is so gnarly to front flip, and he caught a decent amount of transition on it to keep his flow going. Look at that rotation, spotting it and then straight into tail whip. Ah, truck driver landing right at the top, proper, straight into the flare whip, hanging onto that bike, and then popping the front flip off of that roller.
I mean, like, he barely lifts up his front wheel and then hucks it.
He is definitely having fun out there.
Ooh, new leader.
Coming in with that 83, and he's stoked. The crowd, so I mean, you just hear that crowd in the background, and their hype gets these guys so stoked, and then they just start throwing down.
Ok, Montpellier. Deuxième run de cette première poule.
We're ready to go. Representing Hyper Bicycles, run number 2 for the Australian. This is Keegan Pryor.
Second run for Keegan Pryor, the Australian kid from Brisbane. Yes, tail whip straight into that bar spin, 360. Getting nice and high. He needs that height for his tricks. Double flare! Oh! Back up again.
Keegan.
Montpellier makes some noise for one of the youngest riders on this course.
So easy. Absolute.
Wow. He blasted that spine. I knew something big, like you were saying, getting set up. Oh. He's got 10 seconds on the clock real quick. Catfish, the master at getting people behind you.
Come on, Montpellier. Allez, Montpellier.
This is what we come to the feast for. The energy when he drops in.
I mean, as we said, it's not an official UCI event, so sometimes the rules of timing don't really apply.
Yes. These are feast moments happening right here. Come on, Keegan.
You know what to do, Montpellier. When he hits that spot, Phantom Wing!
Make some noise.
Yes! Let's go! Yes, Keegan. Enjoy that moment right there. That was so legit.
Every single one of you made that happen. Show this man some love. 17-year-old Keegan Pryor.
Wow.
Il a 17 ans. On va sûrement le revoir sur cette mini Espagne.
17
quick highlights. Yeah,
17 years old.
The future is bright. Look at that. Oh, locked in. Ah.
I mean, look how he drops his shoulder in that flare.
Yeah.
Juste après cette finale. Et j'ai entendu
Boom.
souffler dans l'oreillette qu'il va y avoir des très gros tricks.
So wild. The G's on that. You just lock in.
I'm going to get the live scoring right now.
Yeah, there you go. He says thank you, Feast. That's what it's all about. The score doesn't matter. He's just out here enjoying the blessing of being at Feast.
We are ready to go. Representing Russia, this is Nikita Formelo.
All right, Nikita, you saw his face on the first run. It looked like he had more that he wanted to bring to the table, throwing out the heart to the crowd as they get behind him, and Nikita getting cleared to drop in. DJ getting the track on point.
Here we go. 50 seconds on the clock. The ramp is yours.
Holding it down. And Nikita's in, holding it down for Russia. Blasting, getting himself set up on the spine. Huge bar spin to tuck no-hander. Straight into a 360 tuck no-hander over the spine. Massive setup there. What's he got for us? Yo, backflip bar spin. Catching the transition, wall ride as he comes back to the spine. Here we go. Yes, Nikita. Oh, looking for that tail whip to tuck no-hander. Straight into a double whip over the spine. Come on, Nikita. Locking in, tricking back to back to back. Come on, Nikita. Yo, 360 tail whip. Wall ride coming back at the spine.
Still a couple of seconds on his run.
Hey!
Bit of a slip up. Come on, Nikita. Ah, that's gonna be it. I mean, it's been a long weekend already. I mean, just look at the sweat on his shoulder. Like, you can see the salt. I mean, it's been hot all weekend. Like,
Which has been a blessing. The weather has been, it's been hot, but it has been clear of rain, beautiful days, and been making the most of it for sure.
I mean, we had years where everything was pretty much rained out. Like, we had no finals, just qualifications, unfortunately. Yeah. But you know, like, it's up to the weather.
Ce gars-là, quand il roule dans la rampe, Je le sens pas rouler, je l'entends pas atterrir, tellement il atterrit
And he's
en
going to keep
finesse.
that 80-point score.
Ça fait plus d'une dizaine d'années qu'il vient au FISE. Il a foutu le bordel dans toutes les disciplines.
You know how to say 80 in French?
No.
80.
Entraîneur de BMX
4 times 20.
Et il est là ce soir pour se faire kiffer, pour te faire kiffer.
All right, we're ready to go.
Yes, come on, Jack. Definitely one of the crowd favorites, and he's got his own style that is so awesome to watch.
Let's make some noise for Jack Clark.
Jack getting himself in the zone, and here we go. Jack is in. Yo, I love that. Truck driver to tabletop. Absolutely folding it over. Big down whip right there. Huge 360 tuck no-hander. Yo, double peg in the vert wall. Oh, into that barrel roll table. Nobody does it like him. It's so awesome. Look back. Yo.
Oh, downside toothpick. Getting creative, getting technical. That's why he has a 3-coaster on his bike and the 2 pegs. Oh, 540. Yes. Toothpick over the spine. Foot jam on the wall.
Redemption. Let's go, Jack.
Flare. Couple of seconds left. Oh, downside ice pick. Oh!
Missing that nose press in that little wedge right there. Ah, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
So I got the leaderboard in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, using every aspect of the Pat Casey spine ramp right there, trying to find every nook and cranny.
Au cas où tu ne le sais pas, Montpellier.
Let's check out some of these replays.
À la télé,
Good little downside whip kicking the bike under him.
continuez à leur montrer que vous êtes le
Oh, that barrel roll table. Look at him holding it in, coming in right at the top. Yes, Jack.
Dude.
Locking in that look back right there. Looking back at the judges, saying what's up. Huge 540 bar spin. Love just the overall variety that Jack brings to the ramp. From those technical tricks, using his pegs, right there, doing it for Pat. Yes, let's go.
69 points.
All right, you saw him going wild in that first run. And I have a feeling he's going to get even crazier right here.
Is he going to try the front flip bar spin in his run?
I don't know. It's definitely a possibility.
Thumbs up. Run number 2 for the Colombian.
Yeah, get behind him.
Juan Caicedo.
Notre rider colombien.
Ready to drop
Il
in.
est parti pour toi,
All that
Montpellier.
Colombian muscle, front flip bar spin, and he sticks it, and he's gonna keep on going for his second run. Juan Caicedo, the man from Bogota, Colombia.
Right out of the gates. No way.
360 tail up to bar spin. Bar spin air. 360 bar spin, a truck driver as we call it. I mean, what a way to start his run with triple tail whip. Come on, back on the bike, back on the pedal. It's gonna cost him a couple of points,
Hanging
but
on.
still, he keeps on going. Front flip, yes. Straight into the flare. Does he still have gas in the tank? That's gonna be a long 10 seconds.
Yes.
Come on. Sail whip. Bar spin. And time for Juan Caicedo. I mean, he started with the trick that he won Best Trick with last year.
Yes.
High stakes, high reward.
And the crowd is loving it. Jack dropping him in. Yes.
The Colombian gorilla.
Dude, how do you start with that right out of the gates? Front flip bar spin over that gnarly coping to coping spine. Here's a triple whip. Oh, that foot just barely hitting the floor, but he was able to keep it going, hanging on, keeping the dream alive.
Some riders would just call it after that foot tap, but he just kept it going. Why? Because it's Pat Case Memorial. This is not a contest, it's a show for the people of Montpellier.
That second front flip over the spine, he caught so much transition, which is so difficult on that trick. Unreal.
Okay, we're gonna wrap everything up in a quick little highlight from our 4 riders.
We're going to give you 2 minutes of warm-up.
So 2 minutes of warm-up for the other riders.
Et on a du très lourd qui arrive, Montpellier. On a du très lourd. Tu connais ce rider qui est dans la rampe? C'est notre seul Français ce soir. Il s'appelle Isvan Caillé.
Okay, so we're gonna give our next 4 riders a bit of a warm-up. Next riders will be Jude Jones, Philippe Moutz, and Isvan Caillé. But most importantly, the last dance for Mark Webb.
Il va falloir qu'on le porte très haut, Isvan. On a aussi Mark Webb qui est là ce soir pour le dernier contest de sa vie. Et 5 ans d'absence. Vous êtes chaud pour le groupe 2 ou pas?
And welcome back to the FISE World Series. It's a Saturday night. It's the Pat Casey Memorial here on the spine ramp in front of the. I actually forgot the name of the building. But anyway, current standings: Juan Caicedo, Colombian powerhouse, on top with an 83.66.
And absolutely treating us with that front flip bar spin.
Did you just hear what Mark Webb said? So we're still here for the FISE World Series, Pat Casey Memorial. I think someone messed up their drink on the deck because I just heard Mark Webb shout, the deck is soaked. Probably because of all the cans of Red Bull.
Well, they got an awesome crew. They'll get that all cleaned up and dialed in and get these riders rocking and rolling. Definitely an insane first heat of riders. Juan, again, absolutely treating us with that front flip bar spin to start his run off, and then he kept it going from there. And that has him on top currently. But we still got 12 more riders and a lot of wild action. And here is a guy to do just that, Jude Jones. He has such an insane bag of tricks. He was going in qualifying. And now I'm excited to see him right here. Starting it off, 360 tuck no-hander, stepping back into that vert wall, blasting off the extension, tuck no-hander, getting him set up. Yo, 360 bar spin, downside tail whip. Yes, Jude, keep it rocking. Yo, triple tail whip. Latching onto that bike, keeping it going. Doing flares in both directions. Yes, Jude. Showing insane riding ability. Wall ride, getting himself set up. Whoa! Jude coming with the front flip.
Disaster.
Oh, no, Jude.
I was talking about the trick disaster, but unfortunately, he messed up the trick disaster, which ended in a bit of a disaster. But I think it has something to do with the deck.
Ryan Williams is going like this. He's like, don't put it on me.
I think
The scooter riders, this is your fault.
that Ryan Williams,
Let's watch some of these highlights.
like, did he spill his drink?
3 tail whips right there.
So that's
Right.
the opposite flare. The opposite, and that's a regular flare.
Some sugary drinks.
That's crazy. Mark Webb.
And here's Jude's take on that front flip over the spine. Yes, Jude.
I mean, you could actually see him spotting the landing.
Yeah, something's going on the deck with, like you're saying there, a drink might have spilled. There's something up there. Jude having a little bobble right there, but again, it's best run counts, and so he's going to be able to come back and keep it rocking. But that was just such a rad combo to do the flares in both directions, just to be able to showcase the ability to do both of them. And you'll see the opposite direction, you traditionally spin away from your front foot.
Yeah, because like you use the front foot as leverage in your spin, right? You create that momentum by pushing that front foot. But some of these riders are switch-footed, as we call it, goofy-footed. Whereas Ryan Williams says bung-footed. Australians, they're a weird bunch.
Right here we see the judges. They got a tough job. Especially with these 16 riders, they have a tough job. It's right there, score coming in for Jude. Even with that little bobble, it's got him sitting in third place with the 79.33. But again, he's got another run. He's going to come back with even more.
Our next rider, a spine ramp regular here at FISE Montpellier. He's been coming here for over a decade. And this year he decided to make his comeback and give us his last dance, Mark Webb.
Right. Hey, does it feel slippery or not?
And even though his body says no sometimes, he still has his spirit. And he's just gonna push through.
Okay, so they're talking, the deck is a little bit slippery, which, again, when we were talking about how these riders are going to use this ramp, they're going to have some technical tricks that they do up on the deck, especially Mark Webb, whose tech abilities are absolutely insane. And so want to make sure that deck is in proper condition for him to be able to put on the best show that he possibly can. And so you see them on there, they're working on it a little bit.
Yeah, there's not a lot of riders that do, let's say, lip and deck tricks or sub-buck tricks, let's say. Like, it's a whole different category. Most riders will focus on performing tricks over the spine, in an air, on the quarters. But it's only a few of them that will do the tail taps, the foot jams.
And I'm trying to remember what Mark's combo was exactly yesterday, but I'm pretty sure it's something in the realm of whip to tail tap to ice pick to tail tap to bar spin in. Just as one example of some of the things that Mark might bring to the table here in his finals runs. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
It's a good thing we have a lot of volunteers here. And this is actually the big honcho, the grand chef of FISE, Hervé André Benoit. He started this contest more than 20 years ago. Not too far from here. With the last decade, this festival has exploded in what it is now. And it keeps on growing. I think yesterday they did the press release about the plans for 2026, 2032 for FISE. And they want to go even more worldwide now. So we already have Shanghai planned for this year. We're going back to Shanghai in Japan, which is also a 3-year partnership, by the way.
Oh, wow.
But they also have plans to have other events in places or continents such as America. So we might be coming to your place, Dustin. I think Oceania, so probably somewhere in Australia. East Asia, another stop in Europe maybe. So, I mean, we'll have to find out.
That would be awesome. I'm definitely hoping all that happens and very excited to see that continue to unfold. And there you saw Mark up there talking to the judges, probably letting them know exactly what's going on the other side of the ramp.
I mean, he wants prime conditions to pull this run in.
Yeah, definitely.
So once again, a shout out to all the FISE, the people working with FISE, for FISE, the media teams, but most especially volunteers making sure everything is running in order, everything is clean, up to standards, and to make sure everyone is having a good time.
Yep, and some of the hardest work, I see Veve up there, Pierre, they're just on it. They're always trying to put on the best event possible and best setting possible for all these riders. So you see them up there doing a little overtime, trying to get that dialed in.
You know, these things happen. But, you know, like, it gives us some time to talk about BMX, talk about what's happening. And just talk about the atmosphere of FISE. If you've never been to FISE in your entire life, please do it once, even if it's the one in Shanghai or in Japan. Like, it doesn't matter. Just make your way over to a FISE event. And here we have him, the crook, Ryan Williams, that spilled his drink on the deck. He must feel so bad right now. And here we have Mark.
And we don't know if he actually did.
Yeah, true. But I think it was Catfish who called him out. So here we have Mark Webb talking with the judges table. So from left to right, we have Axel Jurgens, Marcus Wilke from Freedom BMX, the German media outlet, David Hank Kleewer, also known as Hank.
Like you were saying, making your way out here, I got to talk with two people over the last week that this is their first FISE experience, and both of them have been wanting to come. One's been wanting to come since high school, and the other on a graduation trip is just making his rounds and ending his trip here at Montpellier. So Harkin doing that, and James just living the dream, getting to be out here and be a part of it and everything. And so it's just so cool to see their stoke. And that stoke continues. I'm trying to think how many, I think I've been coming over 10 years, and the stoke is still the same every time.
So, in case of these events, we always have some footage from the last events. And I just got the message in that we're gonna watch the world's first from Luis Rincon from Colombia from, I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, Luis is here this year, but he's battling a little injury, and so he's not able to compete. But look at this.
Flip whip into the foot jam. Hop, 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 hop. And back in with the downside tail whip. Colombia represent.
Absolute madness.
Oh.
It's like right when you think he's just going to get himself back in, kicks that down with.
Yeah, like you'd think that's the end of it, you know, like a nice little foot jam hopping. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dustin, excuse me. Actually, only last year was my first time being at FISE. Like, I've been watching these streams for years, ever since I was a kid. And then I got the invite last year to commentate it. I was like, whoa, there's a first time for everything. And it changed me. I've become a new man ever since I went to FISE.
And this right here is just the pinnacle. Is like this crazy ring of insanity that gets to go down right here. And just, again, I can't emphasize enough how awesome it is with the crowd and just the crowd support. And that's true throughout the entire week. And this is just the culmination of it. But throughout the entire week, they are just getting behind these riders. And as you said, it has been hot. And even when it's crazy rainy events as well, they are in there supporting through the rain, through the shine. They are out there cheering these riders on, getting them stoked, and then the riders just answer the call and go in.
And everyone makes the best out of it. That's the beauty of FISE. So as we wait for the volunteers to clean up the course, we'll, you know, maybe we can have a look at the comments online that we have. So we actually have a live stream going on right now. So let's have a quick look at the live chat. So yeah, people mentioning that it's wet because of someone spilling a drink. Might be the humidity as well. I'm not sure, I'm not a meteorologist, but it could be that as well.
Yeah, there have been some challenges with that before. So far, this year that hasn't been the case, and qualifying was around this same time yesterday, and it went off dialed on as far as the ramps and the dew on the ramps and everything.
And I think like people are getting mad because like they want to see Mark Webb.
Oh, I'm with them. I can't. The suspense that is being built right now, like I was saying with yesterday, and just the special moment that it was, Mark announcing that this is kind of his final dance, final appearance at the spine ramp, and the suspense is just being built for that right now as he's getting ready to drop, and we're getting this deck all cleared off. We're hearing some shouts from the crowd.
I mean, if it's going to be like last year, so we had the last dance of Mathias Dantois in BMX Flatland, and the crowd exploded after his last run. So we'll see what happens after Mark Webb thumbs down his last tricks on, as we, I think we can call it the legendary spine ramp of FISE Montpellier.
Holding it down for Pat Casey. Yeah, that was, I got to be there for Matthias, and that was such an epic moment as well, just with his run, the crowd. So good. And so the stage is being set for another epic moment right here. It looks like they're starting to roll around. Mark's checking it out, making sure it's going to be grippy enough for him to be able to throw down on.
Oh, we're actually getting a message in for you. Stephen Woodward saying, "Sup, Dustin?"
Yeah, let's go.
And we have Peter Poissonier, the Belgian BMX legend, giving a shout out as well. Thank you, Peter, for watching. And thank you for everyone watching. So get involved in the chat, pay your respect to the riders, have a bit of a party yourself.
Yeah.
Get a cold one. Make yourself comfortable. Put it on the big screen. Now anyway, I think we can look ahead as well, and we can look at the next event that we're going to be having. That's going to be FISE Shanghai in October, and you were in Shanghai last year as well, right?
Yeah. It was awesome, and this is a great way. We're going to build the stoke on that and give a little breakdown of what Shanghai is going to look like this year.
And it's going to grow because we're going to have extra events at this year's FISE Shanghai. Welcome to this FISE World Series here in Shanghai.
One of the greatest cities in the world. FISE Shanghai, let them hear you! All right, mate.
And welcome back, everyone. We're still here at the FISE World Series in Montpellier at the Pat Casey Spine Ramp Memorial. My name is Egon, and I'm still here with Dustin. How are you doing, Dustin?
Yeah, let's go. Again, such a blessing to be here, be alongside you, and getting to commentate all this epicness here in the Pat Casey Spine Ramp.
Now, if you're wondering why you're watching us and not the spine ramp, it's because we're having a bit of a technical issue on the deck. Someone's spilled a drink. These things happen, unfortunately. But I think it looks all clear now on deck. I think the volunteers did a great job at clearing up the deck. They swept it, they got the towels in. So we're good to go because the next rider, he is a FISE legend. He's here for his last dance, his 2 last runs as a professional athlete here for FISE.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Again, that was cool getting to see what's going to be happening in Shanghai later this year, and just all the epicness that goes on there, and just the way that Shanghai hosts everything that goes on with FISE. It's definitely special. It was awesome getting to be there with you at the end of last year also. So excited for that to continue. And as that was going, we were again continuing to look at those comments and see Huck Karinsky commenting on that. Much love to Huck, and excited to see him compete tomorrow in the junior class in the finals as he's making his way. It's his first experience out here to Montpellier as well. So very excited for him to be here.
Like, he's probably watching at the hotel, I think.
Yeah, getting ready. Or I think they're right there. So I think they're getting to have the live stream.
Watching on his phone.
Yeah. As the Courtyard Marriott goes around that ramp so people get to watch it from their rooms. Unreal.
Actually, the best time to order a hotel is at this event. So let's take a look at last year's best events here at FISE Montpellier.
Ah, ça fait toujours plaisir de voir cette ambiance. Mais quel engouement pour les sports ici à Montpellier. C'est complètement fou, c'est extrêmement rare de voir ça. Hein. Une telle foule. D'ailleurs, le FISE est vraiment connu pour ça.
Ah oui, c'est la meilleure foule au monde dans tous les sports extrêmes. Tout le monde est d'accord avec ça.
Look at all those people. The best crowd in the world, hands down. That's why we keep coming back year in and year out. 2024, Montpellier, the FISE is back.
The best of me is you.
Who's ready for the BMX versus Flatland Skateboard Street Final? From Essex, England, Jack Clark. Yes!
Oh, I love the scenery, especially the crowd. That's my favorite thing here in FISE Montpellier. They show up to every single event. Doesn't matter what you're riding. Doesn't matter what the event is. They show up and they make so much noise. Yeah, double backflip, perfect.
This is what we come to the FISE for. This energy is found nowhere else in the world. The best crowd, the best energy. Montpellier!
So we want to thank FISE for actually renaming the BMX Spine Ramp competition to the Pat Casey Memorial Spine Ramp competition.
Pat Casey forever.
C'est l'heure de la dernière danse. C'est son run d'adieu, Montpellier. À Mathias Dandois, s'il vous plaît.
C'est juste énorme. Énorme.
This could be the year of his life, and I would love to watch that happen. Double backflip! Yes!
C'est une machine, Anthony Jean-Jean.
Your FISE 2024 Park Champion from France, Anthony Jean-Jean!
Truck driver down the step down. So much speed backflip. That was huge.
Doubled up at the FISE. As always, a big thanks to all the sponsors for making the FISE possible. A big, big thank you to everybody behind the scenes. I say it every day, but all the volunteers, everybody working the doors, we appreciate all of your help. It would not be possible to pull this off if it wasn't for all the people and staff at the FISE. Thank you so much.
We hope to see you back for the next FISE in Shanghai and see you next year at FISE Montpellier 2025. And welcome back, everyone. You're still watching the FISE World Series. We're watching the Pat Casey Spine Ramp Finals. Now, as we said earlier on, we're having a bit of a technical issue. Someone spilled a drink on the deck of the Spine Ramp, which they have to clean. Riders have to warm up just a bit, but then we're ready again for all the action. And most importantly, the run, first run, and the last dance, Mark Webb.
Yeah, let's go. And again, we're watching those comments. Thank you for all the love in the comments and sending love back to everyone as well. Blessed to get to see those, and it's cool seeing things like Pat Casey Forever and just the stoke that is all around the Casey family and everything happening with this ramp competition being a memorial to him in that and everything, and just excited to see this continue to go down. It's crazy, and it's wild watching those highlights that we were just looking at, and many of those were in the best trick competition, and already in this competition, in their runs, we're seeing double flares, we're seeing front flip bar spins, so very excited to see where tonight continues to go from all of that. Now, as I get this all sorted out.
Looking at the chat, we have a lot of people commenting the riders that they want to see next time. Also, something that we want to clear up, it is not an invitational contest. People do have to register for this competition, but it's not a UCI competition, so you don't need the UCI license. But like, you can get registered, but you do have to ride qualifications to ride finals. So I've been seeing comments like, please invite Harry Main, Alex Colborn, and plenty of other riders. Well, we would love to have him here. So guys, if you're watching, please book your tickets for next year. Get registered and compete at FISE Montpellier. We would glad to have you guys back here.
Yeah, and that, I mean, just some of those riders, it would be insane to have all of them here again and see all the craziness go down on this ramp. Again, you see them, as we have this picture-in-picture, see them getting a little warmed up. They still got a lot going on that deck, trying to get things all dried up. Again, there's a lot of technical riding that goes on. The riding's not just happening in on the ramp, but they're going to be using the decks, especially when it comes to Mark Webb. And we got to already witness some of that with Jack Clark and him just finding all the different spots that he could on it. And so it's definitely important that they do that, and thankful for, again, all the staff, the volunteers that are working so hard to get this dialed in for these riders so that we're able to have the best show that we can.
Well, we can't look back at what happened last year, so we have the runs of last year from the likes of Brandon Lupas, Jack Watts, and Irek Rizaev.
He's gonna get technical. We're gonna need to replay his whole run in slow-mo because he's so fast. .360 double downside whip.
Yeah.
No-hander. Tail whip to no-hander. Barsman foot jamming the sub box.
Straight into a triple tail whip. No way. Eric, 360 downside tail whip. Coming in the other direction. Downside tail whip. 360 over the spine. Whoa, right to tuck no-hander. Tire bonk over the spine, flare, downside tail whip, foot jam to tuck no-hander at the buzzer.
He even did that foot jam with his inside foot,
wow,
which is even harder, and then pulling back.
And that was only the bronze medal run by the Russian Irek Rizaev. Now, the silver medal, that went to Jack Watts.
Ready for some more BMX?
Oh, it seems as if the riders are ready. I think the deck is all clean now.
It's Jack Watts.
Bar spin over that. 360 tail whip to bar spin, straight into a flare, tuck no-hander. 360 downside tail whip, bar spin to tuck no-hander. 360 double bar spin, straight into a 5 flare. This is just back to back to back right now. Let's go, Jack. Flare whip. Keeping it going. Downside tail whip at height. Into a double tail whip. One hand, one foot, just letting it dangle. Check this out, big can on the Samsung quarter. 360 tuck no-hander into a flare. Little 1 foot table. Wow, Jack. Just linking.
Good news, everyone. It's competition time again.
Let's go!
Yes! Time for the one and only legend from Portsmouth, Great Britain.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's get it started again. This is
Oh, wait. Jude Jones getting another try?
Well, I think due to that spill that was there, and that kind of messing him up, and so he's back in. Let's go, Jude. 360 tuck no-hander, starting it off solid, going into that vert wall, coming off the extension, massive tuck no-hander, roasting it. Let's go. Truck driver to downside tail whip, tuck no-hander. Let's go. Double whip right there.
Opposite flare, regular flare, back to back. Double tail whip. Yes, come on, Jude, keep it going. Quick little wall ride. Fronty, or a front flip as we call it.
Let's go, Jude, locked in.
Yes, 360 downside whip.
360 downside, and he is cruising. How's he gonna wrap this up? Wall ride setting himself up. Coming over the spine, little tuck no-hander, 540. And that is time. There we go. There's a full pull for Jude. Coming back after the whole break, everything that was going on. He is stoked to get that run under his belt. Yes, Jude.
And I'm glad for him that he got like the extra run.
Again, that's where everyone here is looking out for the riders and want the riders to be able to put on the best show. Right there, roasting that tuck no-hander. 360 bar spin to downside tail whip.
Here we have that. That was the regular flare just after the opposite flare. Front flip, hucking it over that spine. And that is a defying setup. 540, spinning to his front foot, which makes it an opposite 540.
That's the way that he ends up spinning. So he spins into his back foot, or away from his back foot. So he spins in what would be an untraditional manner, but that's the way he feels most comfortable doing it. And it's so cool what that allows him to unlock with different tricks that he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Webby Show. Montpellier is gonna go wild.
Make some fucking noise for Mark Webb!
I could say a lot of things to describe the people of Montpellier, but that is not PG. Come on, Mark.
Yes, Mark.
Let's go. Even Catfish is psyched to have him here. 360 bar spin. The truck driver, as we call it, no-hander. Straight into the truck driver turn down. Triple trick combination, that is. Flare no-hander. 900!
Oh!
2.5 rotations going all Matt Hoffman in this place.
Wow.
Oh, he popped his too.
He was linking back-to-back flare combinations. Flare turned down straight into that flare no-hander. And then the 900. Popping the tube. I know Matt's out there. There's some boys out there that are getting him fixed up, and he's gonna be back for run number 2.
You got some time.
He has some time because we have 2 other riders in this heat, and also the second run of Jude Jones before we get back to Mark Webb. Look at that, the 360 bar spin straight into the turn down, twisting his bars around the front of his bike.
Getting this flare turned down so clicked. Boom! Over-clicked, locking it, and then straight into a flare no-hander. Loving the back-to-back combos. Here's that 900. Oh, hanging on it.
His tube popped. Too much action.
Yeah, there we go. Matt holding it down. Matt's going to be on that. Jack in the mix as well.
So Team Australia helping out Team Great Britain.
Up next, first time in the FISE BMX anniversary.
All right.
Another first timer.
Powerhouse.
18 years old. Get loud for Philip.
He definitely, I mean, you see it, but he's got so much power when he rides. Come on, Philip. Yo, starting out with the triple tail whip, and Philip is in. Let's go. 360 bar spin, tail whip. Let's go. Yo, 360 bar spin, downside tail whip. Come on, Philip. Double tail whip, locking in on it. 360 tuck no-hander. Getting set up for the spine.
Was that a double or a triple bar spin?
We're gonna have to go to replay for that, but he was definitely slinging the bars. Yes, Philip. 360 double tail whip, no! Just barely tipping over. I thought he was gonna ride that one up. Philip coming with some heat.
Wow.
Yes, throwing up the heart, and the crowd responded.
I mean, he had the power of a German supercar on the Autobahn, going 180. One. Oh, into a downside tail whip.
You're welcome.
Triple tricky combination. Double tail whip. 360 no-hander. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was 3 bar spins. And a 360 rotation.
Wow, Philip coming with some heavy back-to-back combos. And even with that little slide out, getting himself a 73. So again, best run counts. He's gonna come back run number 2. Excited to see him put it all together. And here we go with Isvan. Love it, rocking that Pat Casey Forever t-shirt.
Right from Marseille.
Sending all the love to the Casey family. Oh, the crowd, I love it.
I mean, when the French are riding, the French get loud. Allez, 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 Istvan. Time to drop in. 50 seconds of Istvan. Flip, double whip. Come on, back on the bike.
This is insanity what the runs are being started with.
Allez, Istvan. 100%. Full force. 360. Downside whip. Flare whip. Come on, Istvan. Let's go, let's go.
Oppo flare right there for Isvan. Wow, flare downside tail whip at height. Let's go. Isvan going, stepping back into that vert wall, pumping the roller to blast off of the extension.
360 tail whip. But that was a switch tail whip, I think. He pushed it with his front foot. We'll have to see in the replays. 540 and time for Istvan Kaye.
So that bobble at the start of the run, but then I'm so stoked he got back on the bike and put on a show for this crowd. That was crazy.
He looked really confident in that flip double whip over the spine. He's gonna get it in the second run, definitely.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Thomas Lemoine just said the crowd is on fire.
All right, so let's check out some of these replays. Right here, 360 down whip, almost doing a decade status, straight into a flare whip.
That's the flare downside tail whip.
Where you kick the bike down towards the ground. So it'll be a topside tail whip, you kick it up towards the sky, hence topside, or a downside tail whip where you kick it down towards the ground, and gonna be a different rotation on those to be able to see what's going on when we announce it as a flare whip or a flare downside tail whip.
40. 71 points. Istvan Kaye.
Back up to the top of heat number 2. My man Jude Jones. Yeah, and he's in. Let's go, Jude. Been so stoked on his riding. He has been hitting every event and so hyped to see him out here. Check this out, off of that extension. Huge tuck no-hander. Yo! 360 kickless.
Yeah.
Bringing it back without kicking it. Wow, triple tail whip. Let's go, Jude. Stepping back into the vert wall, little T-bog over the spine.
Opposite flare, regular flare. Double tail whip, come on, Jude. He's got this. Wall ride. Front flip. Come on. The last seconds. The clock is ticking. Does he have one more trick in his book? Yes, he does.
What a heavy run from Juju. Hey! Look at that, having some fun for the crowd out here.
Bit of a balancing act.
Yes, the balancing act, so good.
Welcome to the Spine Ramp M Gymnastics finale.
Showing some love to the crowd. He is hyped, and rightly so. That was an insane run. He put together everything he was looking for in that. Whew. So rad. I love it. Oh, let's check out some of these replays.
Starting off with that no-hander, getting a nice stretch in, and that's a kickless, so he kicks his tail the one way, and then without pushing it back, he just pulls it the other way around. A scooter-inspired trick, by the way.
Love that, showcasing the players both directions. Let him spot that landing. Again, that is a coping to coping spine. So gnarly.
The best trick of his run. The balancing act.
That is some proper balance right there.
That's what I love about this contest, the show that people put on.
And so hyped that he got in on the spine ramp. Wasn't initially in there, and then he made it happen, got himself in there, and what a treat it was to have him ride. Again, the judges have such a difficult job. Currently, Juan is in first place. We're waiting for the judges to put in. Jude Jones bumping up 88.33. Jude is stoked. Yeah. Let's go, Jude.
They're coming for you.
What a special moment for all of us. This is the
yes.
last dance. Make some noise.
If you're watching this broadcast on YouTube, pay respects to Mark Webb. Go wild in the chat.
But right now, Mark Webb is going to go wild on this Pat Casey spine ramp. Giving some love to the crowd. You see the smile on his face. Again, this is such an epic moment.
The ground in Montpellier is trembling.
Let's go. Big truck driver to start things off. Huge no-hander. Yo! Bar spin X up, the 360. Let's go, Mark. 360 downside tail whip. Listen to the crowd going wild. Slate turn down. Let's go, Mark.
Downside tail whip, come on. He has a new winner tube in. He's ready to go. Oh! I jinxed it. Oh, what a beast. What a legend. Come on. 20 more seconds. Put on a show for Montpellier. Put on a show for the people watching at home, Mark. I mean, forget about the timer.
Time's winding down. Does he want another piece of something? Being cheered on by Daniel Nares.
Come on.
Checking, making sure his bike is good. Again, Matt and the boys got him dialed in so he could get back out here. He hears the crowd. Oh, this is what it's all about. Have fun, ride bikes.
I mean, after being away for so long, coming back to this contest and showing those moves.
All right, looks like he's still got something in store.
That's what Webby said. Nothing but like, let him hear you.
Let's
Let's
go.
Whoa.
He's going for his signatures again. Double whip Tail tap, ice pick to Fakey, and tail it to end with.
Yes, Mark. That is the show we love to see from Mark. Let's check out some of these replays. 360 downside tail up straight into that flare turn down again. He clicks those so far. Huge Sui no hands where you pinch the seat and throw the hands behind you, as opposed to the tuck no hander where you tuck the bars in your lap. Here we go, setting up. Double tail whip to tap, to ice, to fakie, to whip.
Yes.
And he's still going. Yes.
Is he gonna do one more?
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, Hurricane. Ice pick to Fakey. Oh, the other way around.
Yeah.
Like the smallest flare possible.
Mark just having fun with this moment. Taking it all in.
And his evil Knievel gloves. Wow. That was an honor to watch. The last Webby show.
Classic Mark Webb.
So legit.
Always has a smile on his face. One of the most historically significant BMX runners of all time.
Now back to the German powerhouse, Philipp Mutz. I saw him ride at a contest in Holland just a year ago, and I was impressed by what he was doing. One of the youngest contestants here. I think he's not even 18 yet. Triple tail whip. Built like a tank. 360 whip to bar spin. No hander. Truck driver, downside tail whip. 360 no hander, classic trick right there. Double tail whip. Come on, Philippe. Yes, 360 double tail whip. And that is not an easy feat on that spine.
360 triple bar spin. Yes, Philip. He is on it right now. Massive tuck no hander, getting full extension. 360 turn down right there. Showing that diversity of tricks. Getting himself set up for the quarter. Tail whip coming back to the spine, locking in a turn down. And that is going to be time for Philip. That is the run that he was looking for.
Yes.
First time to the feast for this man. What a memory he's going to have. My new favorite rider.
What a way to have your first feast experience right here and be able to be in the finals of the Pat Casey Spine Rim and then to be able to throw down a massive run.
I think for a lot of mid-school riders, he seems familiar. Someone said he has the build of Dave Osato or Tobias Wicke, and I kind of get a resemblance.
Right here, checking out some of these replays. 360 double tail whip right at the top of that spine, which sometimes is good and sometimes it puts you in you get a lot of G-forces coming in. But Philip handling it, keeping it rolling. And right here, score coming in, 86.16. Giving some love to his mom and dad. As he should, that's what's up.
One more rider to go. Le Marseillais, Istvan Calais. Allez, allez, allez.
The crowd is behind him, and here we go. Flip, double tail whip, let's go. Over that coping to coping spine. Istvan is in. This is the run he's looking for. 360 downside tail whip straight into a flare whip. Yes, Istvan. Oppo flare.
And a
540.
French commentators in this booth are going mad. Halfway, that second of Istvan. He's going for a top score, 360 double tail whip. Wall ride.
Oh, no! Istvan.
The flare downside tail whip. He has those on lock.
He was so high.
a little bit of a show. Oh, Fufanu, yes.
Precision.
I think one of the mid-school, all the mid-school fans are going to have tears in their eyes seeing that Fufanu on the sub box.
Wow, he was so high in that flare downside tail whip, just barely getting away from him. Let's check out some of these replays. Here is that flip double tail whip to start the run off. That's what he went down on in run number 1, and so epic to see him get it done in run number 2. Flare whip right there, locking in on it. I hit 540. Right at the top of the coping, top of the quarter pipe. 360 double tail whip. A wall ride to set him up.
Nous avons le classement et le rider que vous avez vu 3 fois qui a glissé à son premier run. Il a pris la première place.
Score coming in 71.
C'est pas pour rien qu'on a nettoyé la rampe.
Oh no, forgive me. Score coming in 81.16.
Putting him in the first spot. So we'll be right back after this short commercial break. And we'll see you for the third heat of the day.
On arrive maintenant sur le top 8 des qualifications d'hier. Si on en croit le classement d'hier, ça va être encore plus chaud ce qui va se passer à partir de maintenant.
So before we go into the commercial break, let's have a look at these highlights.
Et on repart.
And so that was a quick little wrap-up of that second heat with Jude Jones, Mark Webb, Philip Mout, and Isvan Kaye. And wow, did we get a Webby show.
Yeah, it may have been after the timer had gone, but we got treated to some classic Mark Webb tech tricks on that deck. So special to see that after an insane run from Jude Jones, putting him in that top spot.
So current ranking, Jude Jones in first, Philip Mout in second, and Juan Caicedo in third. So welcome back to the FISE World Series in this Pat Casey Memorial Spine Ramp Final. We just had 8 riders competing. They've done their 2 runs. Now it's time for the second half. The third heat, starting off with the Canadian national champion, Maxime Chalifour.
Very excited to see the combos that Max puts together. Again, watch the extension on his no-handers, and here we go. He's locked in, dropping into that vert wall over the roller, blasting off of that extension with a huge tail whip. Yes, Max. Doing a massive 360 bar spin to tuck no-hander straight into a flare. Downside tail whip. Double tail whip for Max. Finding his rhythm, finding his flow. 360 double tail whip. Bar spin to tuck no-hander. Looking to put things together back to back to back. Yo, 360 tail whip to tuck no hander. 10 seconds left to go for Max. As he roasts the tabletop off of that extension, hanging on to it. His final 5 seconds. Bar spin coming back at the spine.
And it's time for Maxime Chalifour, the French-speaking Canadian from Bois-Prion. That's a full pull.
Max is stoked with that. Getting some love from the crowd. Let's check out some of these replays. 360 bar spin to tuck no-hander again, full extension on that no-hander. Backing it up with a flare. And right here, 360 double tail whip. Bar spin to tuck no-hander, landing right at the top of the quarter pipe right there. 360 tail whip to tuck no-hander. Again, loving the combos he puts together. Right here, folding that tabletop off of the extension. And right there, like I was saying, sometimes if you land super precise, you get G'd out on it, but he was able to hang on to it. You see the smile on his face. That was an awesome first run to get under the belt for Max right here, and score coming in 86.90. Let's go. Max is stoked on that, putting him into second place.
Vince, our next rider's asking for some high energy music.
So now
And we are ready.
it's time to go back to Russia, to Arseny Yubishkin.
If you follow him on Instagram, you know
You heard he wants some high energy music. The DJ put that together for him. Catfish knows how to make the stoke happen.
And look how packed the square is here for the Spinal finals. Quick wall ride by Arseny. Yes, Can classic.
The height.
Oh!
Wow.
I thought he was gonna case on that spine.
Keeping the dream alive. Triple bar spin.
Going Arseny. Opposite flare. Flare downside tail whip. And he still has more than 15 seconds on the clock. Double tail whip. Flare whip. Ah! Spasiba Montpellier.
See him right there, so close. He's got run number 2.
Crazy talents from Russia. Getting some hype from Kostya Andreev.
Wow. Look at him roasting that can right there. Straight in his backflip bar spin.
Oh. He cased it just a bit, but he sucked it up with his knees. Whew. That could have gone sour, but he kept it going.
He was blasting so high on those airs. Oppo flare right there. Right here, flare downside tail whip, wrangling that bike in and hanging on to it. Woohoo!
Oh, we're getting some exclusive view here at the judging table. I'm not sure if we're supposed to see this. So let's see.
10 years.
So only 3 judges for this contest. I mean, since it's not a UCI contest, it's not as strict. 80.16. Putting him in the 6th spot. But we still have a long event ahead of us. Oh, such a great guy. Marin Rantesh from Varazdin, Hrvatska, Croatia.
I love it. I love his stoke. and he is excited to go. Martin locked in. Yo, 360 bar spin to tuck no hander. Let's go, Martin. 360 double tail whip. Wow, looking for that 360 double bar spin to tuck no hander. Yes, Martin is on it right now. Oh!
Oh!
Wow.
Did he hit his head?
He's laughing.
Oh.
I am so glad he's good. That was crazy. The back tire blew up on him. It sent it flying.
Man, I don't need his bike anymore.
Mark and Marin just having a good time. Both of them struggling with flats.
It might have something to do with the high temperatures that we have here this weekend.
That was crazy though. It ejected him off right as he was about to go up the spine.
It was right after. So that's the double tail whip. Oh! Oh!
That is gnarly, straight into the transition at that speed. I'm thankful he was able to just laugh this off and get back on his feet. Again, he's got run number 2.
We got Jack helping him out. We got
Matt holding it down. Thankful Matt's out there.
I think a lot of riders would be expecting you, but you're here in the booth with me.
Yep, got blessed with the opportunity to be up here, so it's hard not to be there. I want to be in the mix, helping fix these guys, but I know Matt's on it. And with that, we are going to go. Kasia, again, very excited to see him back out here. Montpellier.
The Russian tech rider. Also, a lot of foot jam combinations that we're going to see from him. Tail to no-hander. Downside tail to bar spin. 360 bar spin, the truck driver. No-hander. Flare, bar spin. Come on, Kostya. Yes, there we have it. Truck driver into the foot jam. Oh, 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 foot jam on top of the deck. 3 downside whip.
He is on it right now, double tail whip. Come on, Kasia. Foot jam, he's got 15 left.
Yes.
Locking in on that double peg, sliding across.
Mid-school action.
Foot jam to can-can, and that is time. A little extra bonus, having some fun. I am excited to see these replays. He is stoked to get that run handled right there.
I don't have my list right here of all the contest results over the past couple of years here at FISE, but I think he has won a spine ramp somewhere pre-COVID, I think.
Massive 360 tail whip to no-hander, and then right here, he bar spun up into that foot jam on the sub box.
And look how close he was to the coping.
Sliding from the vert wall into the sub box, jumping back into the quarter. Foot jam, and I think this is where he went can back in.
Anyway, I'm waiting for the best three.
I was gonna say boom, but the boop is okay as well. So, but still on top of the podium right now is Jude Jones with an 88.33 points. Will Kostya's run be enough to push him off the podium?
They're having fun on the deck. I love it. The smiles. The smiles say it all. And right there, score coming in, 82.66. They're giving him a hard time about his shoes.
He still has some more tricks up his sleeve, definitely. All right, back to Canada. Rocking the rally helmet. It's Maxime Chalifour. Allez, Maxime. Yes, tail whip to no-hander, no-hander. Truck driver, no-hander. Nice stretch on those arms. Downside tail whip. Double tail whip. Incroyable, unbelievable what Maxime is doing. 360, double tail whip. Oh, holding on for dear life. Flare bar spin. Come on, what a consistent run so far by the Canadian. 360 tail whip to no-hander. The last seconds, oh, flare whip.
Oh, yes, Max. Max getting the run he was looking for. Hyped to get that flare whip right at the end. The atmosphere just electric. These riders feeding off of that. Max is so stoked.
One more round of applause for Maxime Chalifour.
See where the judges put him in the standings. That was definitely an epic run for Max. And there it is, coming in. Wow. 90 even. Bumping Max to the top of the list.
And we're ready to go. Run number 2 for the tall order BMX rider. This is Arseny Lubitsch.
Tall order.
Arseny, we saw him going so high in his first run. And I know he's got more he wants to bring to it in run number 2. Getting that high energy music, getting that stoke from Catfish, getting himself in the zone. And here we go, Arseny coming at us, holding it down for Russia. Popping out of the vert wall into the quarter. Getting that height we were talking about. Look at that can-can. Double bar spin. Coming out of the spine, wow! Catching all of the transition on that flip bar spin. Double tail whip. Let's go, Arseny. Keep this rocking and rolling. Oppo flare. Airing out of the extension. Popping out of the vert wall into the quarter. Getting that height on the spine. And here we go. Massive flare tail whip. Stomping that. Flare downside tail whip. Final 10 seconds. Come on, Arseny. Truck driver. Oppo flare. Bar spin, and that is time. Arseny putting together an insane run number 2, and the crowd responding. Let's go. Oh, extra credit.
Doesn't even need a bike to do backflips. And if Sebastian Keep is watching, he must be proud of his team riders for tall order.
Loving his excitement. Giving us his signature right there. Let's check out some of these replays.
Nice stretched can-can. Classic, we can call it an old school trick actually, but it's fun to see these things in contests. That was the backflip bar spin. He cased his back wheel in the first run, but got it perfect in his second run right here. And a flare whip.
Both the flare whip and the flare downside whip so high. And I like how he put them back to back after doing the spine, flare whip, little air on the spine, flare down whip. And there we go, his score coming in, 89.23, putting him into second place after run number 2.
Still, a lot can happen in the next hour. Still another heat of riders. And also the second run for Marin Rantes.
Matt and the boys got him back locked in. Come on, Marin.
Let's go, Marin. 360 double tail whip. Tail whip Come on, yes, that was a triple truck driver if I'm not mistaken. Double tail whip. Cyrus holding up nicely. 360 no-hander. Quick wall ride. Truck driver. Double tail whip. Oh, one-handed X up. That's a bit of creativity right there. Oh, foot jam on the sub. Manual. I think the first rider to do a manual in this contest. Parspin disaster and time for the Croatian Marin Rantes.
Getting himself a full pull after that back wheel exploded in run number 1. Again, so stoked that he's all good after that. And then able to throw down in run number 2. Let's check out some of this craziness. 360 double tail whip. Coming with the tail whip on the air right after it. 1, 2, 3 times around with the bars. And that 360.
The south of France, right as summer is starting. On behalf of all the riders, thank you guys.
Foot jam.
Giving some love to his sponsor.
And actually, it's his family members on his helmet.
So awesome.
He got a local artist from, I think, his town that drew all the faces of his family on that helmet.
And he has an awesome family. Gotten to meet them through the years at the different events. It's so cool to see him throw them on the helmet. Man, just smiling, having some fun with this event.
87.26 for Marin Rantes.
We're so glad to have him back. Let's bring the energy. This is Kostya
Kostya saying, wow, the stoke from the crowd. He already had an insane run number 1. Looking to get even wilder in run number 2, and he is in.
Let's go, Kostya. Downside tail whip. Truck driver to no-hander, stretching the hands. Bar spin back into the ramp. Triple truck driver. Oh, truck driver into the foot jam, back into the ramp. It's time for the technicality of Kostya Andreev. Yes, 360 downside tail to bar spin into a foot jam. Tail whip, wall ride, double tail whip, flare. This run is packed. Oh! Yes, Kostya. Oh, did he? One more crazy trick.
My hub was stuck in the run. It's like, bing, it's go, oh.
We get Marin on the background. Something was stuck during his run, but I couldn't really figure out what he was talking about.
Yeah, something was going on with his hub, it sounded like he was talking about. Even with that, some insane riding. 3 down whip to bar spin. And then right here, 540 bar spin. Looked like he was trying to grab the bar, just barely sliding out in it. Again, all these guys having so much fun. Gonna go with that first run score, 82.66.
And that wraps up the 3rd heat of this Pat Casey Memorial. We still have one more heat to go with the 4 best riders from qualifiers. But first, a quick little recap of what went on in the 3rd heat.
Et après ces 4 riders, on enchaînera directement avec le best trick. Le best trick, c'est une chance. Enfin non, je sais pas combien de chances ils ont. Mais c'est un seul trick. Ils vont choisir le meilleur trick.
So just for the commercial break, let's have a look at the highlights.
Juste après le run. C'est le Pat Casey's best trick. En l'honneur de Pat Casey. Et on va attaquer cette dernière foule.
And the clock strikes 11 o'clock in the evening here in Montpellier. We're still here for the Pat Casey Memorial. We just wrapped out 3 out of the 4 heats, already had 12 riders. And we're gonna have a look at the current leaderboard.
Il n'est pas du tout russe, il est australien, je me suis trompé tout à l'heure. Ça va être notre premier rider de
So
cette
right
dernière
now,
foule. Il s'est qualifié
on top,
quatrième.
we have Maxime Chalifou with the 90 points, an obliterating run. In second, Arseny Lubishkin, and with the bronze right now, that is Jude Jones with an 88.33. But, as I already mentioned, we still have 4 more riders ahead of us. So, welcome back to FISE World Montpellier at the Pat Casey Memorial. The best contest that we have this week, and in my humble opinion, let's say. We're still doing it here in front of the City House. We're getting ready for our 4 next riders.
We are ready to go.
First off, Team Australia, Aussie, 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 oi, 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 it's gonna be Alec Daniludi.
Yes, Alec, he is so hyped to be here, and he is in. Check out the height on that 360 double bar spin. Roasting over the sub box. Yo, massive 720 into a huge flare. Yes, Alec. 360 downside tail whip. Wall ride to set him back up for the spine. Huge flare bar spin. Stepping back into that vert wall. Looking for a tabletop right there. Keeping the dream alive. 360 bar spin, tuck no hander. Yes, Alec. Yo, nosing in so good on that 360 tail whip. Straight into a flare whip. Yes, Alec. Getting that extension on the tuck no hander. 360 double tail whip over the spine.
Manual.
Keeping the dream alive in that manual. Yes, Alec. Final 5 seconds.
Last one. Double tail whip.
Full pull on run number 1 for Alec. Yes. That was a heavy run. What a way to start off heat number 4. Look at this 720.
First rider to do a 720 in this final so far. I mean, look at that. Spotting the landing.
Yeah. Catching solid transition on it. Straight into a blasted flare.
Double tail whip in a 360. As we said, it's 11 o'clock in the evening here in France, so there's probably friends and family watching from the Gold Coast in Australia right now, where it's, I think, 7 o'clock in the morning. So if you're watching, enjoy your breakfast. And that was just his first run. So score to beat right now is gonna be Maxime Chalifou's score of 90 points. And Alec beats it with the 91.26.
Wow, Alec, that was insane. He's hyped, just getting the news that he is currently in first place. From Alec, we go to Eric Rezaev, holding it down for Russia. Has such a good combo of tech abilities, as well as high flying tricks. Right now, he's ready to go.
Ready to shred. Tail whip dropping from the sub box. 360 tail whip. All that energy. Oh, 360 downside, double downside whip. Flair, no hander, stretching the hands. The wider, the better. Yes. Oh, quick little can-can out of the foot jam. Double tail whip. Bar spin to no hander. Hand plant. Come on, Edek. Double downside tail whip. Yes, inside foot jam.
Final 5 for Eric.
Downside tail whip, pushing with that front foot. And the nose press 180 back in.
Love it. So good to see that tail whip drop in off of that sub box to start things off. And again, such a good mix of crazy high flying tricks and then the crazy tech bar spin to foot jam to can on that sub box. Right here, let's check out some of those highlights. 360 double downside tail whip. Catching all of the transition on that quarter pipe. Massive flare, tuck no hander, extending those wings to the fullest. And right there, bar spin to foot jam to can in on that sub box. Mixing it up with a little hand plant. Coming off of that extension. Wow, Eric. Putting together a solid first run. All these guys getting each other's backs right now. Let's see score coming in. Bumping himself up into the top spot with a 92.76. Yes, Eric.
And that's the beauty of this contest. Anything can happen. It can change so quickly.
Oh, and here we go, Gustavo.
Yes.
I know Kaio, he's at the airport right now. I'm sure he's watching this live.
Yes, the crazy bullet from Brazil. Bala louca, Gustavo Batista de Oliveira. Yes, can tire grab, combining the classic tricks. Oh,
look at that height!
Tabletop, pulling it as far as possible. Knack. Double bar spin. 360 triple bar spin.
And look at this, his bars are backwards right now. 360 bar spin with the bars backwards. Flare bar spin with the bars backwards. What?
Doing it like Nyquist back in the days. Oh, he does it again. Tail whip. I mean, that massively impacts the geometry of your bike.
What? Backflip bar spin with the handlebars backwards. This is insanity. Yes, Gustavo. Wow. That was so awesome. Getting the stoke from all the boys on the deck.
Tell you how difficult riding with your bars backwards is.
Yeah, and as Catfish mentions, it completely changes the geometry of your bike, which affects your riding. Everything is shorter. The steering gets more aggressive.
Look at how high.
Oh, almost scrubbing his shoulder on his tire.
Roasting that tabletop.
Oh, man.
Way over the cameraman's head.
And that's the 360 half bar spin. Landing him backwards, flare bar spin, still with the bars backwards. And another half bar spin.
So wild. that one doing the backflip bar spin with the handlebars backward over the coping to coping spine, tipping it straight back. What an epic run for Gustavo right there. I'm sure Kaio is going crazy in the airport. People are probably looking at him like, what's going on? Kaio always bringing so much stoke. But right there, Gustavo, pure insanity. Score coming in, 91.50, getting him into that second spot. He's got to be stoked on that.
And that changes the podium again. So still in the lead, Irek. In second, Gustavo. And in third place, we still have Alec Danluti. But next up, he was competing in the World Cup earlier today. It's Justin Dowell.
Let's go, Justin. Getting himself set up. He is going to be bringing heavy back-to-back combos. Right there, truck driver to downside tail whip. Let's go, Justin. Massive 3 no-hander over the spine. Wow, 360 bar spin, bar back to bar, 5 flare. Yes, Justin. This is craziness right now. 360 double bar spin, nosing in so perfect on that coping to coping spine. 540 tuck no-hander, full extension. Yo, locking in that 3 look back, so proper. Straight into a flare, flare whip to flare, tuck no hander to flare, turn down. Justin.
Saying hi to the judges.
That was insane, linking those flares back to back to back. Some of the heaviest flare combos you can do to properly locking all of them in. Wow, Justin.
I don't want to jinx it, but this might be our new top score that we're gonna see.
Getting some love from all the guys. That was a wild run, and let's check out some of these replays.
So explosive. Truck driver to downside tail whip. The flare bar spin. And just he did all of that back to back. Wow. Oh. Reverting the bar the other way around, the 540 flare.
May I have empty helmet space? Anyone want to help me out?
Wow. I mean, I think this is a prime example of the pad case he's riding. I mean, they're pretty similar, both very creative.
Locking that,
all the combinations.
Wow, and then here, he just starts linking everything back to back to back, which he was doing the entire run. But right here, especially, flare whip, flare tuck no-hander, flare turn down, fully clicked in. Wow, Justin.
Score to beat, 92.76. Keep that in mind, because the score is going to roll in, and we have a 94.83 points for Justin Dowell.
Putting himself in that top spot with a commanding lead, 94.83. Wow, Justin.
But look at that top 4. All the riders from this last heat are in that top 4. A lot can still change. We have Alec with the 91.26. Can he jump back on the podium? Maybe a bronze, maybe a silver, maybe even a gold medal. We're about to find out in that second run for the Australian from the Gold Coast. Let's go, Alec.
Yes, Alec, and he is in 360 double bar spin. Getting himself set up. What? 360 triple tail whip. Yes, Alec, keep it going. Massive tuck no-hander. Coming back, 360 tail whip to tuck no-hander. Roasting that flare. 360 bar spin to tuck no-hander. Come on, Alec. 20 seconds left. Folding that tabletop at height. 360 downside tail whip. Look at the height that he is coming with. Flare whip. Final 10 seconds. Come on, Alec. Getting himself set.
Flare. One more. Foot jam. And time for Alec Daniludi. Wow. Good morning, Australia.
That was a bit loose. That was a bit loose.
You hear him saying he felt a bit loose on that, but it was looking awesome from our perspective. Let's check out some of these replays. 360 triple tail whip, hanging on to it. Wow. And maybe that's where he said he felt a bit loose. He was going off to the side, but he was able to hold it together and keep that run going and treating us to some insanity. Blasting so high on that flare whip. Yeah. Two awesome runs from Alec.
The judges are taking their time.
And he said, yeah, right after this, immediate after this, these riders have 30 minutes for the Pat Casey best trick, giving his love to Pat right there. Him and Pat had some awesome trips, some awesome memories. And right there, score coming in, bumping him back into a podium spot with a 93.50. Yes, Alec. I mean, that 360 triple tail whip over that spine. But here we go.
We still have two other contenders for that podium. Next up with the tail whip drop in Irek Ridzaev from Russia. Bar spin. 360 downside whip, I think, was a weird angle. Three downy, bar spin. Turn down. Oh, bar spin, foot jam. Can back in. Double tail whip. Flare, no-hander. Getting a nice extension on that one. Yes. No-hander. Come on, Irek. 360 no-hander. Flare. 5 more seconds. Oh! And time for Irek Ridzaev.
Yeah, look at that smile on his face. That was awesome. And we're gonna have to check. I think a few of those whips were opposite tail whips.
That might be actually, yeah.
The action is so quick, back to back to back, so we're trying to watch it and see what's going on. But right here, bar spin to foot jam to can.
Let's focus on that front foot. That was a regular double tail whip with the back foot.
But Aaron in its opposite direction right here, locking in on that foot jam. So fun to have him out here. He's got an awesome YouTube, always doing some fun stuff. There was a crazy one. He made a skateboard bike. That was a fun one to watch. But right now the judges, again, doing one of the hardest jobs out here with these crazy 16 riders.
And right after this, the guys still have a best trick session as well.
Yeah, the Pat Casey best trick. You're gonna have 30 minutes to go crazy, and there's some wild things. And what's cool is, like we were talking about last year, from the best trick, we got to see some of those highlights, and then those best tricks were now in their normal runs,
incorporated in the runs, such as Juan Caicedo last year, the front flip bar spin. And he just did it in a second run, as a starter for a second run even. 92.90, so he improves his score just a bit. So only Gustavo can bump him off the podium. The crazy bullet from Brazil, bringing that samba heat.
Let's go, Gustavo. Again, love his variety of stylish tricks as well as the heavy bangers. And right now, Gustavo is in, flying. Huge can. Whoa! Getting himself sideways, so much style. Blasting that tabletop. Loving that tire slide right there. The attention to detail, double tail whip, flare bar spin. Yes, Gustavo, flipping those bars halfway. Flare bar spin with the bars backwards, flipping them back to normal. Double bar spin, back to backwards. Bar spin, backflip bar spin with the handlebars backwards, straight into a flare backwards with the handlebars backwards. Wow, Gustavo, keep the run going. Final 5 seconds right here. 360 double bar spin and switching the bars back right at the end. Wow, Gustavo. Again, I cannot even fathom doing those tricks with the bars backwards. When I flip my bars backwards, it's like I've never ridden my bike before, how different it makes the bike feel. And he is getting wild with it. And look at
that
so much steez.
That motocross style that he puts into it.
Somehow bringing that thing back in. And right there, the tabletop at height. Double tail whip.
Flare bar.
There with his handlebars backwards. Backflip bar spin. Flare with the bars still backwards. Unreal. What a treat.
But will it be enough to jump up a spot, to jump onto the podium?
Meet all your favorite BMX riders. Catfish, il veut vraiment vous voir à l'Australienne ce soir, je crois.
Our MCs are talking about the after parties, even though we're not even wrapped up here yet.
And there we go, score coming in. It's a bump up from his first, but still not enough to get himself onto the podium. He's gonna stay in that 4th place position, but he's still got a smile on his face. He's had an awesome trip out here to Montpellier, making the most of it, and stoked to see him flying high on this Pat Casey spine ramp. And right now, a little victory lap for Justin as he put down an unreal run number 1, and now he's got a little victory lap right here. Been doing double duty.
Final show for the people of Montpellier. Flare bar spin. 360 no-hander.
Wow, the hot hand just passing those bars.
Oh, the Twix! The combination of the bar spin and the tail whip at once, simultaneously kicking the frame, throwing the bars.
Oh, I love those 540 no-handers, and then straight into that 360 look back, fully clicked. Yes, Justin. Oh. The crowd going wild, back to back to back.
It looks like he even wants to improve his score even more, just to prove a point. This is why I win.
Getting the love from everyone. That is epic riding. So rad. Wow, Justin, let's check out these replays. 360 bar spin to downside tail whip. Flare bar. .360 tuck no hander, getting full extension. Look at the high hands passing those bars. 3 bar spins in total happen right there. Bar spin back the other way, back to the regular bar spin, and then right here, the heat of the back-to-back flare combos, linking them. Boom, boom, boom. That was an awesome run. And that was the victory lap. He already had it locked up. Score coming in.
But still scores at 94.
On the victory lap. Wow, Justin. Wow.
Thank you, Montpellier, and thank you all these massively talented riders for coming out here, entering this contest, doing the qualifications, and then this final battle here at the Pat Casey Memorial. So here we have our final results. On top of that podium, Justin Dowell, the silver for Alec Daniludi, and the bronze medal for Irek Rizaev.
What a podium right there. All of the, I mean, we got to give it up to all the riders. That was an epic event. So insane. But yeah, those top three holding it down.
This was a joy to watch.
We're not gonna have actual podiums? Yeah. Okay.
So let's see. Because we went a bit over time, we might not be doing the podium ceremony on stream, but still, if you're watching, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, for getting involved in the live chat as well. And that wraps up the Saturday of FISE Montpellier.
Come on down. Someone send Justin over here. Where's that?
So the riders are going to pick up their prizes, and then they got to get ready for that best trick competition right after.
There he is. We can do it.
You can see all of that on the social media channels of FISE.
Yeah, make sure to get on there and check that out because that best trick is going to be madness.
Wow, that was a fun one. Thanks to all the amazing people behind me right now. You make the FISE. I love it here. Let's check out our podium. In third place, Irek Rizaev.
So just like last year, bronze medal for place for Irek
In
Rizaev.
second place, Alec Daniludi.
Yeah, Alec is stoked to get that second place. Look at these smiles. This event,
And your 2025
you can't help but to smile.
Montpellier mini ramp champion from the USA, Justin Dowell.
Yeah, Justin.
Well deserved. That was a run that had it all. It had the tricks, the technicality, the height,
Ladies and
the
gentlemen,
speed, the
these
flow.
are your podium.
That was a textbook podium run.
So dialed.
Let's go, baby! Woo! One moment, one moment.
We ain't done. We are not done.
So if you want to check out the best trick
We're about
competition,
to have a
I
wild
think
one.
the FISE World
In memory of
Instagram
our good friend,
is
Pat
going
Casey.
live. So check it on Instagram if you want to see the
Pat
best trick
Casey
action
Best Trick
unfolding
Competition.
here on the park. So thank you again all for tuning in and sticking with us, even though we had a bit of a technical issue. But still, you were here. You witnessed all the greatness that went on here on the Pat Casey Memorial ramp. Dustin, I had a great time with you. What do you think?
Oh, that was everything we were hoping for in the night. What an insane competition. A blessing to get to be able to commentate it with you. And thank you, everyone, for all the love. Unreal.
We still have one thing to say, and that is Pat Casey forever.
Willie's asking for some wax.
Le format pour ce Best Tricks Montpellier, c'est 30 minutes de jam format. On va avoir 30 minutes pour tout casser. Et il n'y aura qu'un seul gagnant. On partira avec son chèque de 1000 €.
Montpellier, while I have your attention, how about a big round of applause for French legend Anthony Jean-Jean right here. We love you. Love him. Thank you for what you do for French BMX. Thank you for what you do for BMX.
Is the YouTube still open? I mean, the live stream?
Hey, come, put that just down there.
Oh man, I would love a cheeky little beer now. Hallo Biebs, we zijn nog steeds live eigenlijk. We zijn nu even een kleine pauze toe tussen streams in. Welcome back, everyone. We're back in the booth. So apparently we are doing the live stream for Patrick as well. Now, that's a new one. We didn't do that last year, but I mean, I'm glad we're still in the booth.
BMX, all the way from Cameroon. Second time at the FISE.
This is going to get crazy, so I'm down to be back partying with these guys, keeping it going, letting you see everything that is going to unfold here in the Pat Casey Best Trick. Looks like the ramp, to one of the comments earlier, a little humidity. They're doing a little wiping on it just to make sure it's as grippy as possible for these riders. They're going to have 30 minutes to throw down their craziest tricks. So we're going to get to see more of that Webby show, what we were hoping for. We got a little sample of it after his second run, and he kept doing some fun things and showing that tech, and now he is going to have even more time to be able to make that happen. So I'm very excited to see what we have in store for the Webby show. This Pat Casey Best Trick. Again, thank you. Shout out to all the volunteers and all the staff.
Shout out to all the people that are still in the comments right now.
We're gonna dry this ramp off a little bit.
We are so
Big
back.
shout out to all the Flatland BMX riders.
Somebody
Big
call
shout
an
out
ambulance,
to
but
all the
not
street
for
riding
us.
BMX riders. I didn't get to see any of you guys this weekend. We were busy with the transitions.
Yeah, look at the crowd that's still there. I feel like it's continued to grow all throughout the night.
So if you're watching, call your friends. Tell them that the Best Trick is still on, that it's live on YouTube. Put it on the big screen. Get yourself a drink. Get yourself a nice little Coca-Cola. Maybe even like a cheeky little beer if you want. I mean, I could use one. It's been a long day.
LS, I see you. Much love.
I mean, look how everybody is working their asses off to dry the ramp again.
Chacun arrive avec son best trick. Ils vont devoir nous donner le meilleur qu'ils ont à nous donner sur un seul trick.
And yeah, this is something where it's not just going to be those top 16 riders. It's any of the riders that competed in the spine ramp, any of the qualifying. It's everyone.
And that's actually a fun story that we can tell, because originally the plan was to have Ryan Williams here in the booth. Now Ryan really, actually it was the three of us at the spine ramp yesterday, and Ryan mentioned like, oh man, I so wanted to ride the best trick competition, but it would be logistically impossible to get him from the booth to the spine ramp and get all geared up. But then I thought, you know, Dustin, we've worked together in the past, we've done some streams, so hey Ryan, I think you can do the best trick competition if we get Dustin in the booth. And Ryan couldn't believe it at first, but hey, miracles do happen at FISE Montpellier. Divine intervention.
It is definitely a blessing to get to be in here, to allow him to be able to ride in this, because I am very excited to see what he has in store for us. He was telling me a couple things, and we'll see. We will see.
All right.
But yeah, just such a blessing to be able to get thrown into this and hop back in the booth with you, and always a treat to get to do that. Like, everyone's clearing off of the ramp. Catfish is getting back up to the top to keep the stoke. He has been bringing the hype all week long. And here we go.
All right.
Keeping it rolling.
We're going to
Pat
start
Casey
this
best
clock.
trick.
Again, this is the Pat Casey best trick contest. He had a lot of good friends that are here. We miss that guy a lot. Let's get the party started. Let's make some noise to start the party, Montpellier.
Let's go.
So welcome back. We're still live here for the best trick competition at the spine ramp. So yeah, what happened earlier on was the actual spine ramp finals that we had at Pat Casey Memorial. Had a bit of a technical issue with someone spilling a drink on deck. But we're back again, and then we got the good news from the organization, from production, that we can also stream the best trick competition just for you guys watching.
Yeah, let's go. So thank you for being a part of it and joining in on this craziness. So again, these riders are going to have 30 minutes. You see the timer right there, already getting going. So much love to the Casey family. Again, shout out to Chase, Reed, and Tatum. And right now, the craziness has begun as these riders are looking. Ooh, J2E getting in the mix. Let's see who we have rolling right now.
So let's have a look on people on deck. We have
Jude Jones is in there in the mix right now.
Ryan Williams.
Whoa.
This is going to be awesome. Again, the time is ticking. So these riders, again, feeling out. They just had to dry the course off a little bit. The judges are going to be watching everything going down.
Robbie Mesa, Colombia showing out here at FISE 2025. Oh, another Colombian in. I love this guy.
We saw a front flip bar spin in his run. I have no idea what he is cooking up. Getting it warmed up with that front flip. For some of these best tricks, they got to land so perfect on the ramp. They need everything to be going right.
Nikita.
Okay, so we're going to have to...
Yo!
That's called in a booba.
Nikita, let's go. He had an insane run in the expert class.
J2, he's got one trick on his mind.
Oh, J2E on deck.
Kostya Andreev, give him some room on that deck.
What?
Oh. You can't hurt him, he's Russian. Make some noise for him.
Here we go, Ryan is in the mix.
Look who we got here.
Whoa.
Backflip.
Say what's up to Ryan Williams, Montpellier.
Into the fronty.
I'm so hyped he's getting to ride this right now. Here we go, Jude.
Jude Jones.
Yo!
Truck to double downside tail whip.
Yes, Jude, that was right there. Feet just barely slipping off the pedals.
Oh! 3-whip to double bar.
3-whip double bar from Juan Caicedo.
Arseni.
We didn't get that on screen. Yes, Arseni Lubishkin.
Flare bar. Oppo flare whip.
Wow.
Opposite flare whip.
That was an Oppo flare bar as well.
Whip. I'm too old for that trick.
I mean, the deck is packed with all those massive talents.
Let's make some noise.
Right there, you can tell that ramp is slippery.
Yeah.
Lilian.
Lilian.
Jay Tui. He don't need the deck.
What?
What's that?
Jay going for that forward bike flip. We didn't have that on the screen, but he was going for that in qualifying. And the first one he did in qualifying, he was so close to getting it. That is pure madness to do over a coping spine.
Oh, look who it is.
Yes. Webby show. Double tail whip, tail tap.
Double whip to tail tap.
Come on, come on, come on.
Ice pick.
Ice pick.
Ah. Oh. Looking for that bar spin out.
Or a tail whip, maybe.
True.
You never know with Mark Webb. Let's see. New rider on the ramp. I don't really recognize him by his bike, by the color combination.
Robin Mesa from Colombia.
Robin Mesa from Colombia.
Whoa! Okay.
Forward bike flip.
That's, I think
Whoa.
it's Benjamin
This
Daldy.
is interesting.
French
Jude
rider.
Jones also wants a piece of that trick.
Oh!
Jack looking for that Canadian.
Yeah, watch out with Canadians.
Yo. Yeah, Canadian foot jam is where you're pointing straight back down into the ramp, right on the coping.
Ryan Williams.
Come on, Ryan.
Flip fakie. Whoa.
Oh. He landed right at the top of that extension.
Well,
Kostya.
wall ride.
Oh my. Arseni.
I mean, this spine is insane. It's pretty close to 2 meters.
Wow.
Oppo
180 maybe,
Oppo
6 feet.
whip. That is the hardest way you could possibly do that trick.
Alec getting in the mix. What? No
Oh my gosh.
way.
That reminds me of the clip he posted on Instagram a couple of months ago.
He said, this one is for the legend. This one is for Pat Casey.
Flip
Make some noise for Alec Danalucci.
Doing that in honor of Pat Casey, flip decade over the coping to coping spine.
Now from Spain, Saul Villar. 540, yes! But he has these dialed. I saw him competing in Brussels last year, and he was doing these back-to-back as well.
Jude Jones back in.
Jude Jones.
Chasing that one. 22 seconds. Nikita.
So yes, it's almost 12 o'clock at night here in France, but we're still going strong. Riders are still going, oh!
The suicide. Let's go, Wadi. Let's go, Wadi.
Right there.
Let's make some noise for Wadi Caicedo.
One.
Let's go, Juan.
Put the camera on him.
Let's go, Juan. Whoa.
Tronny double block.
Montpellier, hey, we gotta get behind Juan. That's wild. What? Front flip, double bar. Jay! Launching the forward bike flip.
Jay Tui. Make some noise for Jay Tui.
Grinning. I think he must have hurt himself. Allez, Ryan Williams.
Sliding up, saying what's up.
Almost taking the people out. They're standing by the spine ramp.
Kostya Andreev chasing a wild one.
Are we gonna see? It's never been done before. Ooh.
Robin back in the mix. Triple bar? Disaster?
Could be, yeah.
It's fucking wet, bro!
Wait, it's very wet. That's what I heard from Mark.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's not ideal conditions. Oppo flare, Oppo whip. That's one of those, if you don't land completely perfect, you can tell it's just wet enough. If you don't land perfect, Alec lining up.
Come on, Alec.
Yes, Alec!
Perfect execution of that flip decade.
Real.
There's no better way
Pat right there.
to
Yeah,
pay
no
homage.
better way to honor him. Dude.
I'm so glad we have that on camera. Ooh. But it's not over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings. It's not over until the clock hits 0. Back to Spain, Saúl Villar. He's got the 540s. Oh! 540 whip? Oh, oh, oh.
The Webby Show is on.
Oh la 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 la. What can we expect? Juan Caicedo.
Let's go!
Last year's winner with the front flip bar spin. Now he wants the front flip double bar spin. But first, Jay Tui. Forward bike flip.
There it is!
Oh!
Jay! He wrangled that thing in. Ah, I thought he was rolling away with it. They're battling. He wants it as well. Yo!
Bit of samba music.
Kostya.
Ooh.
Juan Caicedo. Ryan Williams.
Allez, back flip. Front flip. Ah!
back in. Looking for this Oppo flare, Oppo whip.
Oh! And he gets it.
Yes! Wow.
Spinning a flare his opposite way. Whipping his frame the opposite way. Arseny Lubishkin. But now Jude Jones. Oh! Truck driver to double downy.
How did that foot get back on? Last second landing so perfect on the spine with that. It is so awesome to see these guys finding the groove, be able to make this happen.
Okay, Saul Villar getting ready. 540 tail whip. Oh!
Yes.
Por la España.
That was awesome. Come on. Oh no.
Getting his flatland moves in. Oh!
The master of improv. Ah. Again, that just shows you how slippery it is. Looking for this front flip double bar spin. I can't even believe I'm saying that over this coping, the coping spine. Let's go.
Oh. What happened? He got spooked by something. Oh.
And it might have, as he did the little crank to get that momentum, it might have slipped or done a little burnout.
Backflip. Oh. But I mean, like the speed as you come in from that backflip, and you need to keep all of it to push into the front flip. First rider to do it back in the day was Scotty Kramer. Oh. So yeah, I think about 10 years ago, Scotty Kramer, first one to do the backflip to fakie into a front flip then. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a official historian, but I have a hunch.
Wow, that ramp is definitely slippery. Bubakadasui! So awesome and so cool to see all the people tuning in. Shout out to Creasy, I know he's watching. Oh, Robin. Looking for, that's great. When you see them fly out like that and how much they're sliding, I can't believe any of this stuff is going on. Come on, Juan. Oh!
Yeah, I think the humidity is affecting the controls. Fronty, yes! And Dustin, you have part in that as well. Because if you would not take Ryan's spot, he would not have been there. So thank you, Dustin, for that trick.
So awesome to see all these guys sending it for Pat. Trying to do what they can to dry things up.
Another French phenomenon.
Oh! How did he wrangle that thing back in? His feet were kicking.
Wow. I think that is Benjamin Daldi.
I think that was a front bike flip to no foot, can't. Like airwalk. Status. I gotta see the replay. I wish I could see a replay. But it looked like he intentionally tried to do something. Again, that was wild. He wrangled that thing back in and rode away with it. Wow. Truck to down whip to foot jam. A 540 foot jam. That's crazy. Close, yeah. Robin looks like he's looking for quad bar to disaster. All right, Ryan back in the mix. Oh!
I'll try again, fuck it.
Is he gonna try the cash roll? He mentioned something about a cash roll as well.
Watch this, Babushki wants 4. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! Squeaking that fourth bar spin. Arsene just going off right now. Wow. We're into our final 10 minutes right here. The Webby show is on. Over 2, getting himself set up. Once more, got for what? What? Looking for an over tooth to whip. Yes, the Webby show. Let's go. Looks like he's calling it.
Ooh. So truck driver, downside tail whip into a foot jam.
Foot jam whip, yeah.
I also want to thank someone in the comments for pointing out that it was actually Scotty Kramer with the first backflip to Fakey Franny. Did it without a chain for a felt advertisement.
Juan trying to get that top cleared off. He's looking to do that front flip double bar spin. He needs to get everything absolutely precise.
That is a flashback to last year. Flare to double pegs.
Jack looking for it. Flare pegs. Oh, they were on.
He wants this. We all want to see this one. Cameras are out.
Bar down.
Yes.
Let's get loud for Ryan Williams.
Let's go, Ryan.
Flip. Fakey.
We are all riding in 2025. Ryan Williams.
What?
Come on, Ryan. I think he had way too much momentum, which sent him over the spine and not his bike. He wants to pull the Fakey cash roll.
All right, eyes are on Juan. Waiting for this front flip double bar spin. 1.
He wants to get comfortable in the single bar spin first before he adds it to the double. Oh! 540 flare.
Come on, Costa.
All right. Truck driver, downside whip.
Ooh.
Oh, and back on deck, it's Benjamin Daldi, who just did the front bike flip. Now, Mr. Jack Clark, still a bit over 6 minutes on the clock.
Let's go, Willie. Let's go, Willie.
Allez.
Let's go, Ryan.
Oh, come on. Get it back on the deck. Get it back on the ramp. I mean, he was so close. He just slipped the pedal in the end. He got the rotation.
Wow. Doing that in honor of Pat. Let's go.
Ooh. Back to Kostya. Kostya. His tire grabbing the coping.
I was holding my breath on that one. I thought it was happening.
It is a cash roll, Todd.
Yeah, I see the comments counts in that book. I mean, with the ramp as it is, whew, oh! Looking for a front bike, like grab the seat, cannonball to front bike flip. So cannonball to front bike flip.
Crazy kid. He was here last year in the World Cup, and he was doing the front bike flips in contests as well. Okay.
Fighting for this front flip double bar spin. Let's go. One, two. Ah! Had it right there under him. He just needed a touch more rotation.
Okay. Kostya.
Let's go, Kostya.
The truck, the downy. Ah.
Under 4 minutes to go. Nikita chasing his crazy Abubakar.
Is he gonna Abubakar the sub box? Ooh. Come on.
Just over 3 minutes. Come on, Ryan. Looking for this fakey cash roll.
Yes! What just happened? He was talking about this earlier this day.
I was gonna say count it before, but that was absolutely insane. Wow.
Wow. Our Willie, Ryan Williams, backflip to fakie, and then from the fakie into a cash roll.
In honor of Pat Casey, doing that in the Dream Yard edit. Wow. That was awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be a tricky one. So we have the flip decade from Alec. The front bike flip from Benjamin Daldi. And the fakie cash roll from Ryan Williams.
Wow. This is epic right now. on less than proper conditions, and yet they're still pulling all of this off.
Ryan Williams, the GOAT.
Come on. The crowd get behind him. I cannot even imagine how it feels to be there in this moment right now.
Make some noise, Montpellier. That's Benjamin Daldi in the full face helmet. Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, like you said, front bike flip, but he catches his seat first.
Yeah. And then throws it again from there. That's wild. Ryan's back in.
But he got it like perfect already.
All right, 2 minutes left on the clock.
So we still have Juan.
Come on.
We have Kostya.
Getting himself in the zone. So much going on. Come on. 1, 2.
Yes! And they're taking over the stage. All the homies.
Front flip, double bar spin. In the Pat Casey best trick. Wow.
We still have like under a minute. Someone else
giving his gloves some souvenirs. Some souvenirs. Giving some love back to the crowd as they brought the stove.
What a performance. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Colombia's Juan Caicedo.
Yes.
Quel show incroyable. Il reste 25 secondes. 20 secondes officielles.
20 more seconds to destroy
20
this
seconds,
spine
you
ramp.
guys go now or never again until next year. Allez!
We have truly been treated here tonight. Ryan back in.
Et c'est time!
Time is up.
Kostya looking for it at the buzzer.
Well, let's say the regular time is up. So we'll see what Capic has to say about that. If he still wants to see another guy stomping a trick. And we have it. Bar.
Dude.
Oh.
In the front tire, drifting, hanging on. 1, 2. Tucks it in. Wow.
Oh.
Judges, do you guys have a good time? You made it possible. Thank you so much, Montpellier. Hands up, there's a girl. Careful.
Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. What did we just witness here tonight?
Give it up for Ryan Williams.
And praise the Lord for the safety, because that ramp was wet. And for those guys to be able to pull all that off, that was awesome.
That's the Montpellier heat and humidity. That was a factor as well.
Hey, all the riders come onto the field of play. We want to get a picture with Webby.
So,
All the BMX riders come
let's
on
take a look at all the riders that we had. So we had Juan Caicedo, front flip, double bar spin. Then we had Ryan Williams with the flip to fakie into the fakie cash roll, the cash roll. Alec with the best way to commemorate Pat with the flip decade. So Villard 540 whip, and then Benjamin Daldy with the front bike flip. I think here we have a slow-mo of that flip, and then riding backwards, or a fakie as we call it. And then, boom.
Wow.
360 front flip.
And shout out to Reed. He's wearing Reed Casey's signature fist gloves right there. So again, so many different components of that. So fitting for the Pat Casey best trick.
for Webby. Guys, don't forget party in Logan Martin's suite tonight. Right in this hotel.
Yeah. Hey,
277 is his room number.
Okay, let's see if we're sticking around for the actual prize ceremony. But anyway, we want to thank all of you for sticking around. I know we went a bit over time. This was not actually planned to do this best trick session, but we'll keep this in mind for the next piece. I mean, best trick session should always be on the live stream.
That was so legit. Again, praise the Lord for the safety. Thank you all for hanging with us. It has been an absolute blessing. That was insane to witness.
We got all the riders on deck still.
And it's cool, they're doing a photo with Mark Webb. Again, he said this was gonna be his last time.
The last dance.
So cool. What an insane career that he's had, and what a way to cap it off on this spine ramp under these lights. So cool.
Okay. Well, we don't have any more time left for broadcasting, so unfortunately we're gonna have to cut it short, but you'll definitely get updated on all the FISE social media channels to find out the winner of tonight's best trick contest. Oh, we're just gonna stick around for just 1 minute. I'm hijacking this live stream.
Second year in a row, it's Juan Caicedo!
So there you heard it. Winner of the best trick contest for the second year in a row, Juan Caicedo with the front flip double bar spin. Thank you all for watching. I was Egon. Thank you, Dustin, for being here.
It's a blessing.
And we'll see you at our next FISE live streams.
God bless. Pat Casey forever.
Pat Casey forever.